Big up football fans, near and far. Your boy Deji Spurs is back, and we are back for 2025-2026 Step to the Mic. And I have made a promise that I will do my very best to make sure that in the location, we will do Step to the Mic on a weekly basis. For those of you who are new to Step to the Mic, it's very simple. I send the link into the chat, which I'm doing now. I click copy. I've copied the link. And then what I do is I place it in the chat. You see the link. You click on that link. You join me. And we have a conversation in the location. That's what we do. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to chatting to bare people. I want to hear from the Red Tottenham, the Spicy Spurs, Scotch Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers, whether they're after signing Eze, after all that hot air, after all that bluster, are you man going to win the league? I want to chat to the Chelsea brothers who've gone a little bit quiet. Yes, hold that. Because when you came back to reality, yeah, you got a draw against Palace. Shame on you. Shame on you. And really and truly, let's be real, you should have lost. I want to hear about the Tottenham faithful, the ones that were shaking their bum violently after Burnley, the ones that wanted to smash up their TV, the ones that wanted to fly kick a couple of people in their beanhead after the Eze news this week. I want to hear from all of you. I want to hear from Liverpool fans. I want to know if you man are winning the league. Is it light work? I want to know what's happening with Isak. Should you just dead him? Because I'm not going to lie, that Ekitike, I like that brother. I like him. One, he's a baller, but I love the fact that he's hungry and he's an intelligent young man. The fact that he was already talking about the differences in the Prem, him having to come in deep to get the ball to try and create space for himself. I thought, bravo, he's better than what I bloody thought, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Better than what I thought. Respect to him. Obviously, I did a preview show earlier with LB. LB's shaking his bum violent. You know, this guy is literally salivating over Reinders in that midfield, salivating and saying that, you know what, he thinks that his club is back. Let me hear from City fans. And last but not least, I need to hear from Newcastle fans. Talk to your boy. I think what Isak is doing is an absolute disgrace, and that you guys should make an example of Isak. For me, if he wants to stay on the bench, keep him on the bench. Dead him. Dead him. Don't let him go nowhere, because this player power is getting a little bit too much. When was it? I don't know anybody that can just say they're quitting their job and is still getting paid. Like, what's that? Rubbish. I've never heard of such budgie banting in my life. Big up AB50. Big up everyone that's locked in, locked on. You see the link. Smash the link. Let's get conversating in the location. I want to talk ball. I want to chat to West Ham fans. Yeah, come on, let's chat to me. I think West Ham is one of the... And anyway, you don't know. If you've been following me long enough, you know my views on West Ham. The dustiest team I've ever seen in my life. And then I can't lie, you know. I cannot lie. I don't know if the Red Tottenham was that bad, or Arsenal or Man United was that good last week, because I thought Cunha looked... Cunha and then Bremo, them two brothers are cooking. But for me, I feel like United needs to start Diallo. For me, I've been saying it from all summer. Where's Mbeumo going to play when you got Diallo? They benched Diallo, and that was a big mistake in my opinion, because when that brother came on, he was absolutely cooking. And I'm not going to lie, Sesko's moving like the Swedish Ollie Watkins, mate. You know what I mean? These brothers are just hench for nothing, bro. Heavy guys, heavy legs. And I can't believe Man United is spending 250 grand a week for Sesko. What are we doing? The Fong song. Can you see my phone? Oh yeah, did it go? That Fong, yeah, it's not the Fong song, mate. You need to be banging in goals. So hush your gums. Don't chat rubbish. Saka, older brother says, little bro, wagwan. Bro, I don't know who your little bro is, bro. Wagwan to you. What are you shaking your bum for? Step to the mic. Let's have a conversation in the location. Do you get me? Let's have a conversation. But my bro from the motherland, you know, Freddy SP in the building from the motherland, straight from ZA. My bro, talk to me, Freddy.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro, 100%.
Okay. Nah, bro, what I want to say,
Yeah.
this is a thing. I think we need to calm down, man, because I know, you know, we wanted him and we were close, and I wanted him as well. I was gassed, but I'm like, you know, there are other players out there, and that Accuse guy from Monaco, he is legit.
I saw that. You said it in the chat. The problem, I hear you. I think the issue that I'm having, bro. All right, carry on. You carry on, and then I'll okay. Talk about it.
Bro, PSG were looking at him this summer, and I'm afraid of if we don't go and buy him now, next summer he will go to PSG and he will be like a Desiree Doué. I watched him against Barca. Go and watch that game. He scored a goal and he was good, man. He is legit, man. On the ball, perfect.
Where would you play him then? This Al Khalish.
Yeah, the thing is, the problem is, I think he's more like he's not a winger, but I don't think he's like a 10-10 either. He is, he is. I would say, I would say you would play him on the sides, but more like in a central role.
So would you have him over Savio, bro? Because I just spoke to LB, and LB was saying that for him, he thinks Savio's a bad man. Like he's can see no weakness, high ceiling. Reckons that Pep's been playing him in the wrong position on the right. Really, he's a bad man on the left. And I'm thinking we need a bad man on the left. We need someone who's just going to get the job done. Would you have this guy over? Because I watched some videos of Al Khalish, and he looks like he plays on the left wing.
Yeah,
I don't really see him. I haven't seen enough videos of him in the 10, and that's the bit that concerns me.
I'm not taking him over Savio. I watched a lot of La Liga, and that season he had at Girona, bro, I was like, he should go Barca, or that's the ceiling.
Okay.
So and I know last season it wasn't a good season, but bro, he is legit. He is legit. Yeah. I'll take him right now.
So Freddie, hear me out, bro. I kind of agree with you. Let's move on. I don't want a player that doesn't want to be at our club. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, like, suck yourself. I guess for me, the Eze signing was bigger than football for me. For me, had we got Eze or a player of Eze's ilk, let me be clear, of that kind of level, then I'm like, you know what? We're back. Like, we're moving like a big six. When you get Kudus, you're like, yeah, we're moving like a big six. When you're bringing in Brennan Johnson, you're not moving like a big six. When you're bringing in Harvey Elliott, you're not moving like a big six. When you're bringing El Kalouche, you're not moving like a big six. But if you bring in Eze and Savio, you're moving like a big six. You get what I'm saying? So right now, people are telling me Ademola Lookman, you know, we did it. You were on the show yesterday, bro. We were kind of going through it. And I'm like, we need a statement signing because of Son leaving. We need a signing that almost carry the club on their back. And I'm not like, even this Nico Paz is sounds. Is he? Because I haven't seen that much of it. Could Nico Paz come into the Prem, hit the ground running, and give us what we were hoping Eze was going to give us? I'm asking you, Freddie.
That's the question. But I watched him when he was at Madrid. He had a few appearances, and he looked good, man. And all I've heard is that he's very good at over there in Italy.
Yeah.
But the thing about the new star player, the guy who has to take over for Son, I think it's Kudus. I think he is the guy now.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it's
I
his
don't
season.
mind.
It will be with like a year. He will be like our new son. You know.
The
Yeah.
new main man. I guess for me, the reason why I was slightly scared and I didn't want to give that title to Kudus, although I can see what you're saying, is once you have a player of that level from history and then bring in what I call squad players, then you see that Kudus is the main man, and then you bring in Tyler Diglin. You know what I mean? Like all the you bring in Harvey Elliott. Nah, man. Like I need players. And the thing that I was trying to say yesterday that a lot of people missed was Elise and Eze. They really they
Yeah.
were a problem. If it weren't for the fact that Elise was pretty much out for most of that season due to injury, bro, I think Crystal Palace could have easily been top 7. Because as soon as Elise and Eze were on, they just do that. They're looking at each other. You ready? All right, let's roll. And I felt like Eze could have done that with Kudus. Like, because Kudus right now, I really do feel like our attack is bummy, bro. Like, let's be real. It's such a bummy. No one is even on Kudus' wavelength in our attacking lineup, and that's what concerns me.
Exactly. I mean, we need a statement. I mean, you said Harvey Elliott. I actually think he's a good player. I wouldn't mind getting him in, but he cannot be the big signing. We need something like legit.
Bro, moving forward, in the unlikely event, I was just listening to Thomas Frank's kind of interview earlier. He reckons we're going to bring a signing in. I think there's a strong possibility the way things have gone this summer, bro. Because I feel like I need to kind of caution myself. Like, I get my hopes up and I've had my hopes burnt twice in Morgan Gibbs and Eze.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that Spurs ain't bringing in no more players. You know, surprise me if you want to surprise me, but I don't see Tottenham bringing in players. Bro, do you think we got enough in there to hold on till Jan?
No, not from an attacking point of view, but I think we will get players. I mean, somebody will come in. I mean, even if it's like I don't know, in Nkunku on loan or something.
Hey,
somebody will.
Dusty. And Nkunku alone is dusty. I mean, Tottenham are putting a loan bid for Rodrigo. That could work. That could really work. But again, I think I don't even think that's realistic anymore, to be honest.
No.
I'd rather we just got Savio over the line. Like Rodrigo, really, do you know what I mean? When Eze's is turning us down. If Eze had come through and then you said Rodrigo, maybe that could work. But with the way that we were dealt with, I can't see why Rodrigo would want to come to Spurs, bro.
Nah, they want 100 million like this. No loan, no anything. But I can't lie. Let's say, I don't think, but let's say if we get Rodrigo, bro, he's better than Eze. So he is legit. He is.
Nah, he's legit. He's not going to play the 10 though. He's going to play on the left.
Yeah, exactly. But he is a creator.
Yeah. Freddie, my bro, look, one of the things I love about you, my bro, you're always just cooling me down. You're always showing me, look, there's plenty more fish in the sea, that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
we've got bro.
So there's so many players out there. So I've never been like, if you lose out on a player, I get it. It is. I mean, I was hurt with the Eze thing, but bro, it's the biggest sport in the world. Millions and billions of people play the sport. So of course, somebody out there. I mean, there's always like a replacement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. And bro, I guess I would like to see that. You know, when I'm looking at Eze, I'm looking at I would have preferred Cunha over Eze, no doubt. I think I would have preferred Morgan Gibbs over Eze. Bro, I loved it when I saw that we were in for Morgan Rogers. I think, yeah, I would take Morgan. If I had a choice between Eze and Morgan Rogers, hands down, before all of this debacle, I'd have been taking Morgan Rogers over Eze, bro. Like, I think the guy's legit. Like, he's legit.
He is legit. For me, Eze was the first choice, but because I like, I also want to be entertained. I want to see players who just, players who just has like, this magic.
Yeah.
I want that. That's why I want Savinho, because he has the Brazilian flair,
That
Jogo bonito.
Joga Benito, Zenese Kwa Joga Benito. I hear you, bro. So, bro, look, this weekend we've got Plymouth, you know what I mean? City. I was just on the show with LB. I'm going to be real with you, bro. I don't know if it's because of what's happened this week. I'm not really expecting us. Normally, I'd be like, you know what? We're City's bogey team. We're going to slap these brothers up. We're going to stink out the place. But, bro, like, for me, I think we would do well not to lose heavier than 3-0, bro. Like, I think we would have done well. But then I feel like, am I being disingenuous, bro? Like, we really turned up against PSG, and Man City ain't no PSG. Man City ain't no Liverpool. What's your prediction for the game tomorrow, my bro?
There's so many things about that game, because the essay thing, I mean, how will it affect the players, or do you think like they don't care? They're just like, yeah.
I think
it's a draw. I think 2-2. I think we will see goals. The only thing is our attack is not like right now. It's only really Kudus.
So it's him on his own, bro. Kudus on his own against City. I just don't know if Kudus can drive the team, and also, why should Kudus have to drive the team on his own? That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
We have one weapon, and I don't like this guy. I don't rate him. But Brennan Johnson, for some reason, he always like, I can see him score like a counter-attacking goal or something. He always leave with something,
Yeah. Bro, I really hope he does, bro. I really hope we're able to get a result. Bro, wouldn't that be the perfect way to end the week? After all that if someone had told me at the beginning of the week, let me ask you a question. Would you, at the beginning of the week, have taken a win over Man City if it meant not getting Eze over the line?
Actually not, because
I mean,
that's only 3 points. That's one game. Eze could help us, like, in the future,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I would sacrifice 3 points to get, the player.
But if we get a win, bro, wouldn't that be a really good way to cap off the win? And it's not a win against the Burnley, it's not a win against Leeds. It's a win against City, who's probably going to be fighting for the Prem. If Thomas Frank gets a win against City, last question to my bro Freddy before I bring in Big Rock and then I bring Donna Cullen. Do we then say Thomas Frank is legit, or is it too early still? Because, bro, bear in mind, you watched him against Arsenal. You watched him against Newcastle. I know it's pre-season, but they were competitive games. You saw how we performed against PSG. You saw how we performed against Burnley. Are you saying if we get a win against City tomorrow that, bruv, we might have just done it this time and we've got the right man for the job?
Yeah, I mean, I think he is legit because, he has beaten City before. I think the only thing that he has to prove is, winning trophies, because he has shown that he can take like a smaller team and make them like perform above the level. Yeah. So for that, I think he is legit. The only thing that is the question is if he can win trophies. But I think like as of now, yeah, he is legit. City
I think he's legit, bro. There's something about him. There's a calmness that he brings that I'm just feeling calm with Thomas Frank there, bro. Like, legitly. And I just hope and pray, bro, like, we give him whatever he needs. Whether he can work with this team or not, give this brother what he needs. You know what I mean? And big up AFC always. Man is tuning in from Cyprus. He's loving the 30 degrees heat. And he said, man is cooking more than Berta. Freddie, let's hope we get the win. Bro, tomorrow I'm going to do, straight after the game, I'm going to try and do a watch along. Hopefully there's no rapping where I'm saying get Thomas Frank out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm rapping in a more positive way. And then hopefully if you're around, bro, I would love to touch base again with you tomorrow at some point.
100%, 100%. I'll definitely.
Yeah, bring up my guy. That's my guy, Freddy SP from South Africa. My brother, my family. And you know, Freddie, when I reach, because I'm planning to reach South Africa next year, bro.
I'm not in South Africa. I'm not in
Where
South
are you?
Africa.
I thought you was in South Africa.
Nah, I'm in Denmark.
You ain't that, bro. You should have told me. Why did I think you was in South Africa?
I don't know, man.
Where are you in Denmark? Are you in Poland?
I'm 20 minutes from Copenhagen.
Oh, bro, then forget next year, bro. I will see you before Christmas. I've just got back from Budapest. Man was there earlier, Budapest this week. So yeah, man will come check you. I will be in Holland. I mean in Denmark, probably about October time. But I'll holler at you, and obviously I'll give you a heads up before I come through, bro. So yeah, no, love for that, bro. Thank you. Yeah. That's my bro, Freddy SP. There, I don't know where I got South Africa from. You know, man, it must be smoking budgie. See, that's what this Eze thing down to man's head. The budgie Banton is obviously licking me down. AB15 says Frank is already the right man, in my opinion. I agree, bro. There's a coolness. There's something about this brother. But he says man has beat all the big six. I need to see Thomas beat all the big six, or at least half of them. If we can beat 3 of the big 6 this year, then I would say he is the one. But I'm going to bring Big Rock. Big Rock has been joining on. Man was on the live earlier this week with the whole Eze debacle. Big Rock, talk to me, my bro. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good to see you again, Deji. I'll be real, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be real. Obviously, it's good business. Like from Arsenal, Arsenal showing a bit more ambition in the market, and it almost felt like even like you said with like the Havertz thing, where like the Havertz injury might caused them to act. I guess that's obviously that factor, but like regardless, it's good. Obviously, the club acted because bro, like when obviously you're playing so many games like a season, Arsenal are gonna need like obviously the squad to be able to compete on a lot of fronts,
Yes.
like especially like Champions League, league, and also like maybe one of the cups to a certain extent. So obviously,
I don't want to cut you, Big Rock. That makes logical sense. I agree with you. The thing that doesn't make sense is, then why did you wait so long? Like if you're moving like a big, like a lot of Arsenal fans have been shaking their bum, and I rate you for being a bit realistic. But if you guys were moving in the way you should have moved, you should have got Eze over the line long time. It's not now. After, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit weird how you guys have gone about it. Yeah, well done, you got the brother. But really and truly, you should have got Eze like a month ago if you're really trying to say that you're trying to build a squad to compete on all these levels. As of 2 or 3 days ago, you didn't have a squad that could do that, bro. I'm just being real. Talk to me.
yeah, bro, like I'll be real, like it's kind of mad. Like I don't know what the club were thinking by doing that, but whoever made that decision, I feel like it's obviously the club love to do that. I don't know who makes the decision, whether it's the recruitment or the owners and stuff like that. Like whether they were trying to negotiate a better deal and they were trying to reach like an agreement or compromise. Well, I feel sometimes the club just needs to move fast when it comes to
That's what I'm
things.
saying, bro. Like, really and truly, well done for getting Eze. And look, this brother here, Jay Greens, is one of the most disgraceful guys on YouTube, saying, always telling me, well, football's a humbler. I think your humble moment is on its way, Jay Greens. You just know that, so hold that. But Big Rock, I'm saying to you, bro, like, legit, like, Arsenal waited until now to get the Eze deal over the line. It feels like a rush signing. My bro Zeus said something. You lost a striker and you brought in a 10. Does that make sense? then we're all saying, even Arsenal fans are saying, we're not sure where Eze's gonna play. We know that Eze doesn't start ahead of Odegaard. Now people are trying to talk about strength and depth. Like there's something a bit clunky about this, bro. I'm not gonna lie, something very, very clunky. Like I feel like Arsenal, like even now with the Eze signing, I can't say that I'm gonna say that Arsenal's gonna finish above fourth. I still think you're fourth. Something is not making sense. Something ain't right, and that's not me being salty. It's just like if you really wanted Eze was a piece to the puzzle. Then you sort it out and you get the thing done. Surely, that's what you do. You do it early. Waiting until now just seems a bit dumb, in my opinion. But Big Rock, you chat to me, my bro. Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you. Dan Potts raid. Damn. Dan Potts raid. Eze raid. That is crazy. I'm just getting raided up in the location. Big Rock, we can't hear you, my bro. We can't hear you. Big up Dan Potts, you know. Big up Dan Potts. Talk to me, bro. All right, cool. Do you know what? Come backstage and I'll bring you back on. Is that all right? Because I can't hear you. All right, cool. Big up, everyone. Big up coming back. We got some technical. Big up Dan Potts for the raid. I don't know why you, man, are calling it Eze raid. You lot didn't want Eze. Don't start shaking your bum for a player you didn't want or a player that Arteta didn't want. Let's be real. Let's think about this. The big six was moving early. Liverpool got their deals done early. Because let's be real, Liverpool don't need Isak. Isak is a luxury player. Yeah? Man City got their things done early. Yeah? Really and truly, I can't really see City bringing in 1-2. And if they do, luxury players. Chelsea done their thing early. Tottenham was doing our thing early. Kudus was an early thing. And then we wanted to bring in Eze. All right, calm. Yeah, we're not on the same level. That's what you lot want to tell me. Yeah? Arsenal, they did their thing early, but it was rubbish. Let's be real. Madueke was early, but it was crap. Masquerade. You get me? Mascara. Yeah? Max Factor. I don't give a damn what his name is. Yeah? These are the brothers you brought in early, not doing nothing. Zubi Doo. You get me? You brought these brothers in early. You're not now going to tell me today, Friday, when my man's doing the medical, that this was always the plan. If you're a serious team that's wanting to win the league, you bring in Eze before the season starts. In my opinion, yes, you got Eze, well done. But you're bringing in Eze in now? For real? And you want to shake your bum? Based on what? And I ask you, what say you, Arsenal fans? What say you? Are you going to win the league with Eze? Because that's what it's about. Now that you've got Gyökeres, now that you've got your number 10, it's a win-win for me. If you don't win the league this season, you, man, are looking like hella bums, like legit bums. Because for me, you lot always said, we need a 10, we need a striker. Well, you've got your 10 and you've got your striker. So if you don't win the league, then you, man, are donuts. You, man, are bummy. Look, I'm not even hating. Good luck to all of you. Good luck to you, and we make it happen. But yes, let's get Big Rock, and then I'm gonna bring in Donna in the building. Yes, my bro. Talk to me. Did you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man. I can hear you now, bro. I can hear you.
Yeah,
now,
I don't know what happened to my volume, because it just felt like my volume broke. But yeah, bro. As I was saying, I don't know why the club were moving like that, because as if obviously they didn't want to pay the money for Eze, as if they wanted to try and bring the price down and stuff like that. Because we were hearing things like they were trying to bring the price down, and there was a case of, for example, what do you call it? When they were signing new deals, so we were being told that Arsenal wouldn't be signing anything because of that, and
Yeah.
I understood that to a certain extent, but now it's almost like certain things the club do, it just doesn't make sense. Like sometimes, like whoever's making the decisions.
Like Big Rock, you're an Arsenal fan, bro. Do you feel? Do you like? I've got brothers in the chat saying, do you really think Arsenal fans care? He's here now. Care? He's here now. That's all that matters. Laugh out loud. Stop crying, dead. Yeah. And that's from Paul Harper. And I'm just saying, Paul, and I feel like this is what you're saying, bro. You're not understanding why you're bringing in Eze now. And I asked you now, like I asked you earlier, bro. Is Eze the missing piece to win you the league? Because if he's not, what was the point?
I think he's the missing piece because I see that obviously he can help Arsenal with when Arsenal are struggling for creativity and they just need someone to open up teams who are doing like stinky low blocks. So Eze can, for example, open up low blocks, and I don't really think Arsenal are really missing anything more because they have the defense, they have a goalkeeper, they wanted a striker, they got Gokeres, who's a good striker, and yes, obviously Gokeres might not have adapted to the Prem yet, but I think Arsenal need to play to his strengths as well and create chances for him. I think Gokeres will come good. But
Bro,
I
what
don't.
I want,
But I
I
don't
had,
think.
you know,
But I don't think Gokeres will score the same amount of goals that he scored in Portugal in England. Because because I know the Prem is harder. He will score goals, but I think like I wouldn't if he scored like 15 to 20 goals in this league first season. I'd probably say that's good. 15 to 20 goals in his first season in the Premier
that's
League.
what I'm saying, bro. But then I've been calling him the Swedish Ollie Watkins. If he scores 15 to 20 goals this season, then he's no different to Ollie Watkins.
Come on, like what are you doing here? Comparing to Ollie Watkins,
I think Solanke gets 15 goals at Arsenal. Real talk. No joke. I'm not even trying to banter, bro. I think Solanke scores 15 for you, man.
actually, yeah. I don't think you're wrong on that. I think like it really depends. Like to be fair, even if like Gokeres doesn't even score 20 plus goals, and let's have it right. If he scored a lot of important goals and those goals won Arsenal the league, then I don't think people would really care too much of whether he scored 20 plus goals in the league or not. As long as obviously those goals are that important and they win and obviously they're clutch goals and they win Arsenal the league, then people wouldn't talk about about whether he should score 20 or not. Because when you look at Drogba in his first season in the Prem, we know how many goals Drogba scored. I think he scored like 10. I think he scored like 10 league goals. I think was it 10 in 24 or 10 in 20 or 10 in like 25. And we know when Chelsea won their first Premier League, even though Drogba didn't score a lot of goals that year in the Premier League, we knew he was bullying. He was bullying a lot of the defenders, and he scored Chelsea a lot of crucial goals.
Yeah, no, fair. No, fair. I agree, bro. I agree. Bro, I need to pick up this brother here. His name is Great Mind Big. He's chatting some budgie banting in the chat. He's saying to me, first and foremost, he is wrong. Why can't Solanke score 15 goals at Spurs? Something the most useless clubs I've ever seen. And to be honest with you, I'm saying, why can't Solanke at Arsenal will score 15 goals because of the way that you play? He would be your target man. I'm trying to say to you, man, and I don't know why you guys keep taking it personal, that I don't think Gyökeres is this big European Haaland that you man keep making him out. I think he's closer to Rasmus Højlund than he is Haaland. And you man start getting angry. The brother scored 19 goals at Bournemouth, 19 Prem goals. Just hold it that you wasted peas, bro. Just hold it that Gyökeres really isn't that guy, and this season will prove it. The only way to prove that Gyökeres is the guy is for you, man, to win. If you don't win, then he's a bum. It's as simple as.
No,
sorry, big. I had to let.
The thing is, yeah, because saying Gyökeres is similar to Hoyland, that's a bit of a stretch. I can't lie, that's a
No,
bit of
I
a
said
stretch.
he's closer to Hoyland than he is Haaland.
Okay, like in terms of obviously the whole Gyökeres, I think Gyökeres would do well, but if like you said, obviously you said us to don't like win the league with obviously Gyökeres, then there's a thing of you have to now ask questions. It's like no one's gonna ask questions of the player, but they'll more or less ask questions of the manager, like how come he bags goals. Everywhere he's been, he's bagged goals. But with you, he was not able to bag goals. People now ask, oh, like, is it a thing where, for example, did the manager play to his strengths? And did the manager utilize him properly? Those will be the questions that will be asked.
No, I think that's fair, bro. I think that's fair, bro. I need to ask you before I bring in Donna Cullen. You man have got Leeds this weekend. What say you? Do you man continue your winning ways? Are you man making a statement?
Yeah.
If you beat Leeds, is that a statement? I mean, Leeds, are my pick to finish bottom of the Prem this season, to be honest with you. But talk to me about your game and
Yeah.
Leeds this weekend.
Yeah, I probably expect Arsenal to have an improved performance, like as the season goes on, probably starting with Leeds. And I also I'm excited for Arsenal to sort of try and get some momentum. But like I'll probably say the real test isn't Leeds. I'll probably say is Liverpool away.
Okay. Yeah, which is the following game. So that's
Yeah,
the game where you're gonna set the marker to see what will happen. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
yeah. But even with the Liverpool away, I'm expecting Arsenal to try and get something from that game, and like
If you
expect
beat
Arsenal to get.
Liverpool away, even I will sit up.
Yeah,
I swear.
I think
I
I
don't
think I think
what to do.
I think Arsenal can get something against Liverpool. But let's say, for example, Arsenal take risks and they try and they don't play so defensive. Like let's say, for example, they play attacking and obviously they draw. I'll be like, okay, fair enough, because at least obviously, because I know obviously away from home, like I know it's harder to like beat like obviously title rivals away from home. But one thing I've realized is that sometimes away from home to your title rivals, you have to sort of you have to sort of shock your rivals away from home, because I think since City set the standard, isn't it a thing where, for example, draws away from home are sort of not good enough when you're trying to go for a league title?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you almost have to shock your rivals to get like
You have
a
to win.
statement win.
Yeah, you have to win. You have to win, man. You have to win. No, I agree, bro. I think you're right, bro. I think you're right to look at the next 2 weeks. I think the Leeds game is a dead rubber. You're expected to slap them up. If you don't slap them up, it would be a disgrace. But really, we should be judging your team against Liverpool. The only thing I would say, lastly, before you go big rock, is that I feel like all Arsenal fans, including the Arsenal fans in the chat, make sure you man smash a like though, regardless, is that you man are thinking of Arsenal of old. Like when you really deep your team is not good. Saka's off form. Martinelli's not the guy. Madueke is not the guy. Odegaard not the guy. Gyökeres is new. Like really, this thing that you think you stunk out the place against United, but United is a bummy team. Let's be real, man. Them are talking like you played Man City and you won 1-0. No, you didn't. You played Manchester United, one of the worst. Tottenham played them 4 times last year, slapped them 4 times. So there's nothing to shake your bum about in slapping them brothers up. So I think, like you rightly said, the real test is against Liverpool. I can see. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool whack you guys terribly. You know what I'm saying? But we will see. Let me know.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure Liverpool will actually whack Arsenal. I think it will be a close game, because when you look at Liverpool, I'm looking at them, and even though they're a good side, I'm looking at how to actually exploit Liverpool. I'm looking at obviously their fullbacks, as obviously their weak points in their team. I'm now trying to think, okay, how do I now exploit them? Especially when, for example, they have people like Kirkus, obviously fullback, where, for example, he's good going forward, but he leaves a lot of space, and that leaves Liverpool exposed
Yeah,
on
that's fair. That's
counter.
fair. No, Big Rock, thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank you for passing through. Big Rock in the building, showing love always, breaking down his club. I think he said some really poignant things there about our Arsenal, about what we should be looking out for. I do think Arsenal are not quite there. I see a lot of brothers in the chat. Jay Green says that Eze will start the game on the weekend. Well, he's a waste man, to be honest with you. I'm not even going to lie to you. The fact that he didn't play for Crystal Palace yesterday has made me see that brother different. Hendon Guna says, good afternoon, Dej. We're all watching. No excuses left for fraud, Arteta. Thank you, my bro. Over 1 billion spent. I still think Arteta will not win the Prem. It's between City and Liverpool. And Hendon Guna, could I go one step further and say, if you don't win the Prem, given that everyone has said, if you bring in these players, you bring in a 10, you bring in a left-sided player, you bring in a striker, you man will win the league. Well, you brought in Madueke, you brought in Eze, and you brought in the Swedish Ollie Watkins in Gyökeres. I would say if Arsenal doesn't win the league or doesn't finish in the top 2, it would be as embarrassing as Tottenham's situation with Eze this week. I think it's akin to that level. I'm not being salty. I'm not trying to banter. I need Arsenal fans to take a step back and think about what I just said logically. If you're not in the top 2 this season, then you are officially a bummy team and Arteta has disgraced you. Sonny says, every dog has its day at Saka's older brother. This transfer wasn't meant for Spurs anyways. Eze supports Arsenal. Tottenham won't end the window in this position. I can't see us going for more kids. Yeah, we're not going for more kids, bro. Although Savinho is a baller, them man told me, I spoke to LB earlier, he's told me legit, Savio is legit, and that's coming from a City fan. I think we got to do our best to get it over the line, and if we got to pay over the odds, bring that brother in. The issue for me now is who's going to play the 10. I'm not sure with the players that we've been linked with that they can do it. I don't think it's Ademola Lookman. I don't think it's Nico Paz. Maybe a Paqueta, maybe. But even then, is he that guy? Do you know what I mean? We need a serious, solid player there, bro. So I hear you. Great mind, big. Haha. He doesn't understand what's going for a league title means. Laugh aloud. A Spurs fan advising us on how to win a league. Great mind, big. You clearly don't have a great mind. Or your mind ain't big, because all you're saying to me in the chat, bro, is going. You're not telling me what you're doing, bro. What I'm asking you to tell me is, are you gonna get a trophy over the line? Are you gonna win the Prem? Are you gonna win the Champions League? Because all you're doing is telling me how you're getting involved and how you're participating. We can all do that, mate. Leeds is in the Prem, bro. You get me? Burnley's in the Prem. What makes you different to them? What makes you one of the big dogs? And don't tell me because we finished second 3 seasons in a row. What did that get you, bro? What did that get you above my club? Because at the end of the day, we got a trophy just a couple months ago, and you ain't had a trophy for a number of years, half a decade. Hold that. Hold that, bro. I swear down. Call me salty. I don't give a damn. Do you get me? Hendon Goodness said, Deji Spurs, one can only hope that Berta is laying the foundation for the next manager. I think you're going to need a next manager indeed. Definitely, bro. I don't think Arteta is that guy. I think he's even crazy enough, bro, to not even start Eze in that 10 position and have the brother just doing idiotness. You know, I can see him, you know, flipping between Ethan Nwaneri and Eze. He didn't want Eze in the first place. That is the maddest thing. And big up Clifford, my brother, you know. Big up for the super sticker. Clifford, thank you very much. I think you're a Spurs fan. And even if you're not, bro, I really do appreciate AB15 saying facts. And I can't even remember what those facts was about. Let me bring in Donna Cullen. Let's get this serious. Let's have a serious conversation. And then anyone else, the link is there. Step to the mic. Jump on. Have a conversation in the location. Yes, Donna. Let's chop this up. You must be feeling very, very bad right now.
Wagwan, Mr. Deji, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
I'm
Talk.
Mr. Deji,
Yes.
I can tell you one thing. Yes, I'm not feeling very good after I left the club. See what these clowns are doing to the club and see what they did to the Asia situation. If I was there, I would have gotten the lad up over the line even last week. Then Arsenal came and stole the player from us. It would not have happened if I was there, Mr. Deji. You see what these clowns are doing in the club. I'm crying in my room looking at all that's going on at the club right now, Mr. Deji. I cannot tell you how sad I am right now.
Well, the thing is, we look like an idiot, to be honest, because had
Yes, Mr. Deji.
had we spent the money, then we would have been we as it would be at our club, albeit now with hindsight. You get me? I don't really think I would want an Eze that doesn't want to be at my club. Do you get what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that.
Yes, Mr. Deji, I agree with you. If that lad want to go to Arsenal, he can go to Arsenal also. Not like I wanted him at my club anyways, but I'm just telling you that if we wanted a player and if we were going for it, I would have paid all the money. I would have taken pay cuts to get that player over the line, but this player didn't wanted to come. But I'm telling you, he won't be turning very good at Arsenal. You remember what happened with Willian? You remember the Willian situation, Mr. Deji, when Willian joined Arsenal? Willian was like that also. We were supposed to sign him and they took us. You know, they are like those rats when we are having a party. They come and take our food from our kitchen. The Arsenal are like those rats. That's what they do. So see what the karma played out, and then in the end, Willian turned very bad for them. Then he went around and he never did very well. In this as a situation is going to be something like that, Mr. Deji. I can sense it. I can feel it in my bones. And I'm telling all the Arsenal fan, don't be super excited. You see, this is going to happen, and this will be happening. Don't be so excited. And Arteta won't even play as a. I think Arteta is so in love with all his current player like Gyökeres, and who is the other guy? Odegaard. Odegaard will be the one only playing. I don't see Arteta playing as a, and as a will also regret it going there, and he will regret why he didn't come to our club.
Well, I don't even give a damn about Eze no more. Do you know what I mean? I think he's laid his bed, or he's made his bed, and he should lay in it. I want to ask you, Donna, real quick as well. Are Spurs, in your opinion, going to make any signings? And who are the signings you want to see before I bring the next person into the location? But tell us, Donna.
Mr. Deji, you know I've been at this club longer than Daniel Levy. I used to work even for Mr. Alan Sugar back in the day. Did you know that, or you didn't? Right? I have been at this club longer. Then I got the connections at this club. I am telling you, we are trying to make some signings here and there. But now, as you know, the last week of the transfer windows are always not easy. But the Savio thing looks real. I also have some contacts in City. I also know the guy who is trying to block the Savio deal. I'm not gonna reveal his name there, but I know who is that person. And this Savio deal will be happening. This is the one that fully focus on. They are trying the Morgan Rogers thing as well, but Aston Villa wants more money. They are looking at something around 85 million euros. But you know that our club cannot pay that much, even though Mr. Levy, because Mr. Levy's salary very high and all that. But we will try. And Mr. Thomas Frank is looking good. I'm also very excited for the weekend. Let's see what the boys do for Manchester City. Even though I've left the club, my heart is still for Tottenham. I tell you, Mr. Levy, I'm no longer the PR department, but I love to do the PR, coming on your channel and doing good PR and telling the Tottenham fans what to look forward to. And that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr.
Okay,
Deji, what's your next question?
Yeah, the last question, Donna, is your prediction for the weekend game?
Mr. Deji, you see, City away is a tricky one, but you also know, like I was watching your show with my good friend Mr. LB, and we were talking how City Spurs is the bogey team of the City. And I think we will be winning 3-2. It will be something like first Mr. Kudus will score his goal. He will start with it. And then I think some City dodgy goal will come from a penalty. And then we will have Mr. Brandon Johnson scoring a goal. And then City will score one set piece, maybe from Mr. Haaland. And then we will win the goal with with Mr. Richarlison's banger goal in the 94th minute. That's my prediction for the weekend. And yes, Mr. Deji, thanks for having me on. And it's
Thank
been
you.
very long since I came on a channel. And since I resigned from the club, not many people have me on their show, but I'm thankful that you have me on the show. Thank you very much, Mr. Deji.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for being there. Everyone, Donna Cullen in the building. Thank you very much, Donna. Predicting a Spurs win, by the way. Predicting a Spurs win. If Tottenham was to beat City this weekend, I would bite your hand off in the location. What are you saying to me, bro?
And then
Funny.
we have Mr. Brennan Johnson scoring a goal. And then
Sonny's got the thing on in the background. Sonny's got the thing on in the background. Everybody in the location, we're talking football right now. It doesn't always have to be Spurs, Arsenal. You know what I mean? We've got Great Mind, who's having kittens in the chat, talking. Said Kuda's probably regretting why he chose Tottenham, but at least he eats their money well. Ha ha ha. Bro, you're chatting like you're doing bits, bro. What have you man done? You've forgotten that you man were looking bummy against Manchester Piccadilly last weekend. Get on the mic, my bro. Get on the mic. And Ghost 88, you saying, do I live in the UK? 100%, my brother. In fact, let me go one step further. Me a Londoner, or North Londoner, East Londoner, South Londoner. Yeah, bro, I'm a Londoner, bro. I'm a Londoner. Hold that, and hold that in a positive way, Ghost. You know, it's all love, bro. I'm just saying, I am a Londoner. You know what I mean? Big up. Boo Bance is doing a madness right now. My guy is tweeting me, and he's chopped up some stuff from our conversation in the location yesterday. That TikToker getting on my nerves. Anyone jumping through? Anyone coming through? Let me see if Sonny is available right now. We're going to get Sonny up. Let's see. Sonny. Sonny? Hey, Ghost 88 says, geez, you're a Londoner, yeah? Would you ever leave the UK? I'm from Bromlaugh. Bro, yeah, bro. I'm not wedded to this country, bro. At the end of the day, man, I'm about quality of life. Do you get me? I need quality of life, bro. So if it makes sense, we're there. You get me? And then Great Mind is saying, I think he's saying, no, thank you for paying the transport fare for Eze. We owe you. Bruv, you're doing a lot right now. Funny, talk to me. You might want to lock off your YouTube, bro, so that we can hear you. Let me see if Sonny is available right now.
Yeah, look, talk to me. Yo.
Let's see. Sonny.
Look,
Hey, Sonny, lock off the YouTube. Lock off the YouTube, my bro.
Right, I got 1 sec. Let me lock off the YouTube, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Gold 88 says, geez, you're...
Yo, can you hear me now?
Would you ever leave the UK from lock off the YouTube.
All right, let me turn my telly down. Sorry, bro.
Hey, man, I'm about quality of life. Do you get me? I need quality of life, bro. So if it makes sense. It's kind of strange hearing myself back. You know the ones. I'm literally going, oh, that guy sounds like me. Oh, that's me. Literally a couple
like
minutes ago.
The old school tape on the mic or something, innit?
Cool, bro. Bro, talk to me, man, Sonny. You're a Spurs fan. Talk to me, man.
I'm gutted about Eze just like everyone else is probably, do you know what I mean? But we got to think about it on the real. He never really supported Tottenham, did he?
No, he didn't, bro.
He weren't one for us.
Do you know what really pissed me off, bro? Like, sorry to cut you, bro, but I'm straight talking, bro. Like, let your yes be yes and your no be no. What pissed me more off about the whole Eze thing is he agreed terms, bro. Like, he was happy to come. Like, don't be happy 1 minute and then do this kind of idiot move the next minute. Like, I don't really like that, bro. It means that he's a snake. That's what it means, bro. That he can't be trusted. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that was snakish behavior. Do you know what I mean? If it happened the other way around, Arsenal fans would be going mad. Like, you can't trust a brother that just U-turns the way he U-turns, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's a code. And he broke the code, in my opinion. Don't say yes and then say no. That's an idiotness. You're not serious. You're not profesh. But what say you, bro?
Yeah, I know, man. Like he would have been blessed at Tottenham as well. Like he would have been playing every game, sort of thing. Playing like he would have been a star at Tottenham, but at Arsenal now, he's going to have to fight for his place maybe. When Havertz comes back, what happens with him? But like, we need to move on quickly because we got mugged off with Gibbs White now. Now we got mugged off with Eze, but there's still a couple of players out there, like even players that are off the radar. Like, what about like Julian Alvarez? He used to play for Man City. He plays
Yeah,
for
right.
Atletico Madrid now.
He's a bad
And
man.
like, he's quite a good player, you know. But like, why don't we stick in a cheeky bid for him? He might want to come back to England or something like that. Leao's out there. Rodrigo, I don't think we're going to get. But Savio, yeah. But that can only happen if Daniel Levy bloody bends over tomorrow after the Man City game, I reckon.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we need to
I
get
don't know.
Savio over. I think we need to get Savio over the line. I think the issue that Levy has this week is that this is probably the worst PR we've ever had. I remember in
It
Willian.
can't be any more kids, man.
Brothers, yeah, it can't be any more kids. But Savio's legit. Like, I spoke to LB earlier, and he's a brother that knows his ball, and he's telling me this brother will cook. It's just that Pep's been playing him on the wrong side. Pep's been playing him right wing when he really is a left winger, and he's not really had that much opportunity. I think Savio could be Kudus on the left, but a younger version of Kudus, bro.
Yeah, no, he is phenomenal, man. He's got some serious balling skills. He is. He's really good on the ball. He's tricky, technical, and that. You know what I mean?
And he can whip
But
it.
it goes back to a lot of things, though. Do you know, like even like people say about Paratici, Don Paratici, this, that, the other, right? Look what his first deal was when he came to Tottenham. He fucking sold Lamella, yeah, and paid about 25 mil for Brian Gill, yeah. And we look like Lamella was quite good in our team then. Do you know what I mean? And we lost Lamella plus 25 mil for Gill. It's like people think that he's some sort of like maestro. All I can see him buying for us is Kulusevski and Bentancur. Where like I think Bentancur, when he got injured, like when he got that bad knee injury, I don't think he's the same player, and he's only just starting to come back, sort of thing. Like now, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, I actually thought Paratici did some shrewd signings, bro. Like, if you think Kulusevski, if you think Bentancur, if you think Romero, bro, you think Udogi, these are all Paratici signings. So, generally speaking,
What do you think? Who do you think's buying the players now for us? Then, who do you think Frank's looking at now?
well, I think it's meant. I think it's Johan Langs. And unfortunately, is that Vinay, bro? Is that bloody ex-Arsenal chair, bloody man? You get me?
Yeah, you get me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I bet fucking he had a few brown paper bags from Eze's family. Like, get me in there. You get me? One of them. Like,
I can't believe we even imagine. Yeah, there's like how many billion people in the world, and we bring in Vinay. Yeah, we bring in Vinay. You know, there ain't nobody else. Like, what just
it's madness, you know what I mean?
Looking more like mugs every day.
And all they talk about is red wine and fucking winning the Premier League and all that. That's bollocks, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, who are you going to win the Premier League with? Fucking El Canoes now and people like that.
Bruv, we're not winning the league with El Canoes. That's never.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were lucky to even think about getting fifth if we got Eze. Do you know what I mean? Like that was my hope. Hope if we got Eze and Savio to finish in the top 5, like top 6. Like for a Tottenham fan, yeah, me now, like every season is trying to be in the Champions League, innit? Come on. All right, yeah, we won a trophy. It was brilliant. I'd love to win another trophy and go to another parade. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but the bread and butter is the top 4. And like this was Harry Kane's probably last season to ever probably play in the Champions League for Tottenham if he wanted to come back, because we ain't getting in the top 4 again without him. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of buying Tell for 25 million, why don't we slap another 20 on that and pay the 60 odd release clause it should have been for him to come out of that league after 1 season or 2 seasons, whatever it should have been. Like, we got people like Tell and Odegaard. I'd like to just send them out on a loan, to be honest. Even Archie Gray, I don't think's ready. Do you know what I mean? Like these people got up to 17th in the league last season. Right?
Yeah, bro. I agree. And bro, the thing with me is I just don't get it, bro. Part of me is now like the way Tottenham is moving sometimes, they bring out the conspiracy theorist in me. Like legit. Like I've lost my brother there, but they bring out the conspiracy theorist in me because it's like, why can't you just spend an extra 8 mil? Like what why is 8 million for clubs that are so rich with all the money in the game? What's 8 million to these brothers when you can afford to pay somebody 200 grand, 300 grand a week? Like it's nothing to these brothers, the sort of money that we're talking about. Why are we negotiating? LB was talking about Man City, if they wanted the player and they had to pay slightly over the odds, you started to do it. Like it's a lack of pair of trainers. If these are exclusive trainers, they're, I don't know, 5 bills in the shop, but the brother's selling it for 550, 580. You know what? You just close your eyes, pay it because you want it so bad. Why we? And then you end up you end up with nothing. Like really, legitly, this is the first time I genuinely felt I've had egg on my face.
And it's like buying your kid like that old FIFA game or something, isn't it? It's like buying your kid that old FIFA game or something, or buying a 42-inch TV when there's a 55-inch TV out there. That's going to last you a bit more better. You just got to pay that extra bit of P to get him in, and you're going to be enjoying it. You only live once, you get me? So you might as well enjoy your flipping time.
And the thing is, and I think that, I'm going to bring in SD football in a sec as well. The thing for me was that I always believed, I always was wondering, why can't Tottenham just buy the best of the rest? So when we brought in Kudus, arguably the best player at West Ham, him and Bowen.
Yeah.
And then we were about to bring in Morgan Gibbs, arguably Nottingham Forest's best player. I'm like, all right. No,
and then the next day after that, who was it? The next day after that, oh my God, Morgan Gibbs was the next day, weren't he? That was going to be sick, wasn't it?
And then we were even looking at Adam Wharton. Then I'm like, bro,
like,
this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Tottenham is now doing the business that they need to get us, because I feel like we can't say we're a big club. We can't say we're part of the Big Six, and then we're moving like Bournemouth. Like that.
And I swear that was just a week after that press conference with Daniel Levy and Vinay saying we're going to win the league and all this, that, the other, and then we got Kudos, and then we're going to get the next man, and then we're going to get this man, and then it's always one senior player every season. Look, we only got Solanke the other season; he was the only senior player. Do you know what I mean? And then this season, so far as Kudos, like, why waste money on players like Odobert, Tel, Takai when you can put all that into one bad boy?
It doesn't make sense unless we're deliberately self-sabotaging. I was saying to Adrian on Spurs Die Hard TV, why are we bringing Takai when we've got Viskovic? Like, it ain't making sense. Viskovic, for me, let me tell you now, out of all the young ones, out of Archie Gray,
he looks like a tank, doesn't he? Right.
Viskovic looks the most legit. He looks like the most, because but look, I like to use the Red Tottenham as an example. I hate them, but there's certain things that they do that make sense. Like Ethan Nwaneri is a quality player. We don't have to talk too much about that. Even that young G, that 15-year-old Max Dowman.
That left back's pretty good as well. They've got who is it?
Miles Lewis Kelly. These are legit players. I'm looking at our young ones. None of them, apart from Viskovic, is on their level. And we're bloody sending them out on loan. That's just so dumb. I don't get it.
I'm sorry, man. Whoever I really don't like Tel. Like, I think he's got one good thing, and that's like a Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank shot, but his foot ain't even that powerful yet. You get me? Like Tel, he's got a power shot on him. He's got a nice cross on that, but that's it, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Right? He's not ready. He's like 2, 3. All our good players, young players like that, keep the 2, 3 years behind, and then they all ain't gonna peak together. You know?
For me, Tel needs to go to Burnley, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, for a year, man.
Yeah,
We should have given him Basuma and bloody what you just said, Pell for Eze or whatever. You know what I mean? That could have worked.
bro. So Sunday, I'm gonna ask you a question because I've got to bring SD and then there's other people.
Yeah, go on, mate. Thank you. I've got to go myself.
Bro, based on the debacle, I was saying Eze, Savinho, I'm looking at Spurs, I'm looking at top 5, maybe even top 4. Right now, with this current squad, bro, Thomas Frank would do well to get top 8, bro.
Yeah, I think even top 10, 11. If something happens to Kudos, we are fucked.
That's the problem. That is the problem.
Teams are gonna just target him now. They're gonna target him, try and get him injured and that, and then we're fucked. Trust me.
That's the problem. That's what I'm scared of, bro. You taking it right out of my mouth. You're saying, and that's the thing. And I'm even feeling for Kudos because it's like when he looks up, who does he look to think, okay, we've got a tough game against City today. Who am I going to work with so that we can try and get a win? Oh, I'm working by myself. I'm working by myself because there's nobody here of my level. There's no one there on my wavelength.
And how do you think Richie feels? How do you think Richie feels maybe putting in this deal as well? You get me? And he's been the only one. Like, at least he's had a pre-season and this World Cup year, right? So you got to think that's positive for us, yeah, because he will try and stay fit this year. So I think selling him will be a mistake this year because he's going to try to be in his best condition. You know what I mean? At least until about February, March, anyway.
Right, I hope so. Let's hope that Richie can have a good season. That we can bring in the right players. For me, if we can bring in Savinho or Rodrigo, because I think we're trying to get Rodrigo out on loan. Either of them, get it done and bring in a 10. The 10s that we're linked with, I'm not feeling them. The only one I would work with is Morgan Rogers, but we're not ready to spend 100 mil on Morgan Rogers. That could work for me.
I can't see that on him personally, but he would be a great player. You're not wrong there, man. You're not wrong there.
Funny, man, it was so nice to meet you, my brother.
Yeah, and you. I'll try and catch you again, yeah? Be lucky and everything. You got a good panel, man. You, Jordan, and all that, man. Fucking be lucky, yeah? All the best, man.
Thank you, man. All blessed up. Let's celebrate, man. You know what I mean? Talking it's hard, man. It's hard. Let me bring in SG real quick. SD in the building, SD football. We've got great minds still saying you should call this stream the coping stream. Bro, it's not about coping, bro. We're just keeping it real. That's what it is. This stream should be called Keeping It Real. I'm bringing in my guy, SD Football. SD, talk to me, bro.
Hello, mate. How you doing? Big ups.
SD, how am I doing? Bro, I have to be honest, bro. Usually people will be like, I'm doing all right. I'm not fine. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not fine, bro. I don't know. I'm just here, is what I'm going to say. I'm just here, bro. How are you?
I mean, I don't feel so bad about the old SA thing. I mean, he's an Arsenal fan that openly said he wanted to go to Arsenal. Yeah. I don't think we was ever in the equation. Was it just another one that Levy went for, knowing we weren't going to get him? I don't know. We was never going to get him, so it never really bothered me. I love Eze. He's a quality player. Even from when he was from QPR, he was quality. But he's an Arsenal fan who never wanted to come to us.
Do you think we were never going to get him though? Because that's the bit.
Never. Unless Arsenal was not interested, but he knew Arsenal were interested.
Well, can I just give you my opinion? Yeah. And LB made this point last week. If we had just offered the 68 mil, he's a Spurs player.
No.
You don't think so? Because
the money was on the table already. The offer was in.
No, because what we did is we offered 55 mil plus add-ons. Yeah. So
apparently it was agreed that the fee was agreed. So the fee was, but it was never going to happen. He wanted to go to Arsenal. Yeah, no, the fee was agreed, and he also agreed personal terms. But I'm saying sometimes, and LB made this point earlier, can we not just make an offer that they can't refuse? Because had we just offered 68 mil a week ago, Eze is a Spurs player. In my opinion, I don't believe it. He knew Arsenal were coming into it. He knew Arsenal was coming in for him, and he wanted to go to Arsenal. So it was irrelevant what we did. I see people moaning about the Gibbs. I can't stand Levy like most Spurs fans, but you can't blame Eze and Morgan Gibbs-White on Levy this time. Morgan Gibbs-White would have happily signed for Spurs, but that chairman at Forest is a complete, you know what. And he offered them the biggest contract that's ever been offered in Nottingham Forest history to tie him down there. But he was, you can't blame Levy for that. And you can't blame Levy for Eze. And I can't stand the bloke, but you have to be realistic and say, I don't believe there was anything we could have done to get Eze over the line. He wanted to go to Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. And we was never really in the position to get him, unless Arsenal pulled out, which they never did. They always said they was interested, and they had to shift someone on. That Kiwior had a fee was agreed, was it yesterday, before that happened? So that was what it was. As soon as an Arsenal player was going out that door, you knew that money was going in Eze.
So that means we just wasted time then?
Yeah. But that's,
why are we wasting time on a player that weren't going to come?
It's not the first time, is it?
No, I know, but you know, like for me, to be honest with you, SD, it's whatever way we look at it, this has been a real shit show. And I'm saying that politely, simply because also like this is we sacked Ange. Let me just take you back and remind you, we sacked Ange because of how pathetic our performance was in the league last season. We won a trophy, yes, but we were dusted in Tutankhamun. Yeah, like the t-shirt. Then Levy came out and said he wants us to compete on all four fronts. And then we signed Kudos. And I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. Because we never saw that. Let's be honest. Nobody saw Kudos coming. And nobody believed we could get a player of Kudos's ilk into the building. But we did. And then we were straight in for Morgan Gibbs. So I'm like, right, this is how we need to be behaving. This is how we need to be moving. And then we lose Son. Then we're like, the player that comes in to replace Son has to be bigger than Kudus because they got to be the main man.
Yeah.
And the only
especially
player
I can, Madison out.
Yeah, exactly. And the only player I can think of who was available, who was going to be the main man at Spurs is Eze. If Eze was signed at Spurs, he's the main man, hands down. Yeah, he's even ahead of Kudus.
Yeah,
we've
but
let
for me,
that
you can't be disappointed that's something that was never going to happen. So he openly said he was an Arsenal fan. He openly said that he wanted to go to Arsenal. The only thing that made us even getting any kind of realistic hope was the fact that Arsenal just couldn't afford him. They needed to sell before they bought, and they did that yesterday. So,
why did they sell a player yesterday, Arsenal?
That Kiwior agreed a deal with.
That was what triggered it then.
So basically, they needed someone to go out. So and they was waiting for that. And as soon as Spurs made a serious move, they knew they had to get their act together, and they did. So we was never in contention, in my opinion. So,
SD, look, I'm not gonna lie, mate. I love your angle on this, and you know, you present as coolness personified. I mean, you're very cool. You're very level-headed right now. I'm panicking because I don't think we've got enough strength in our squad moving forward. I think Sonny just said we lose Kudus and we're pretty much dead, in my opinion. Like we've got nothing. How do you think there's enough there for Thomas Frank to work with? Do we need to get signings over the line? What's like help me to feel better about this situation?
We definitely need more players in. Absolutely need to get more bodies in. Quality. So one or two more quality players in. But also we have to turn around and say that Frank is a manager. We didn't have a manager last season. Already you can see that we're playing better football. There's already a confidence for me compared to what we've had in the last few seasons. So for me, we're already going to be better, regardless of who's going to be playing, because we're playing football. We've got a manager that's got tactics, and he'll adapt to what situation we need to adapt to. Obviously, the big thing is for us, had Madison and Kulu been fit, I'd have been quite happy bringing Kudus in and going as we were. But the situation as it is, we know from the injuries that we can't go into the season doing what we're doing. And it looks like we're wasting time again, by the way, because Morgan Rogers ain't coming to Spurs. It's not going to happen. I think Villa really, they need to sell a big player, really, because they've been going a bit mad on the transfer front again, and they could well sell someone, but why would he's not going to take a side step to Spurs? Morgan, let's be honest, it's a side step for him at the moment. So I don't really see that. So you might as well just go for someone else that you can get, and there's plenty of players out there you can get. You know, I got mocked yesterday. I did say about it's not for that particular position, and it's another youngster, but Tyler Diblin is going to be something very, very special. And if we don't get him, someone else will. So I'd take him for 40 million at the moment. Yeah. Absolutely. It won't take our answer. I'd rather have Diblin playing rather than bloody Brennan Johnson, to be honest with you. But that's another story. Johnson's just, I know he scores, but he doesn't do anything else, does he?
Well, that was the question I was going to ask you, but you've kind of answered that question. Is, you know, when you said quality, what did you mean by quality? My issue with Tyler is there are players like, look, Brennan Johnson looked like Tyler Diblin when he was at bloody Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? Like, he was killing it. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes to Spurs, he steps up. He ain't the same player. Basuma, you know, was arguably the best midfielder in the Prem at Brighton. Comes to Spurs, ain't the same player. I'm just scared that you bring in a Tyler Diblin and he's looking more like a Timo Werner than he is a Tyler Diblin, if you know what I mean. Look, I agree he's a good player, but is he certified? Is he legit?
At the moment, no, but he will be. He absolutely will be. Zero question in my mind. So I think we should get him signed up anyway. But of Savinho, is Savinho actually wanting to join Spurs? We don't know that. We wasting our time there as well.
I mean, look, we know. I mean, LB confirmed again, and we've been hearing this, that, you know, Savinho's agent's been in the country for about a week. So why is he here? Savinho is wanting to push to get into the Brazilian squad, and if he comes to Spurs, and that's the other thing. Eze was guaranteed an England call up at Spurs. He's not so guaranteed now. But anyway, let's leave Eze and part that to the side. I think Savinho is a top. He's like an Ethan Nwaneri. He's a top talent that can do it now. Like Max Bauman's 15 at Arsenal. He can do it now. He can start now for Arsenal. He's that good. And I think Savinho is that good. Whereas Diblin, can he start for Spurs now? I'm not sure. Archie Gray doesn't start for Spurs. I think he's a talent. Bergvall, does he start for Spurs? No, he doesn't, but I think he's a talent. Viskovic, I think he's a talent, but doesn't start for Spurs. So, you know, we got to be bringing, if you're bringing in someone of that ilk, of that age, then they've got to be like a Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, but there's levels, aren't there? I'd love to see Vuskovic. I'd love to see Vuskovic come in, but ahead of Vuskovic, you've got Van der Ven and Romero. It's understandable that he's not going to get the game time. Ahead of even players like I don't see Tell was a pointless signing. That was a waste of money. He might well be decent in the future. I can't see us making a loss on him because it was a decent fee, but we needed someone better. Absolutely, we needed someone better than that. But for the difference with Diblin is his competition is Brennan Johnson. He will get game time. We've got a lot of games coming up this season. He will get game time. So I'd absolutely, because he's going to be a star in the next 2 or 3 seasons. He's going to be worth treble what we will pay for him right now. So, for me, it's not just about. I know it's not the player we need right now, but it's a player that we should be signing.
Freddy SP. Yeah, no, I agree. Freddy SP says Lee Kang, the guy.
Yeah, class. Yeah,
absolutely class.
Sure.
Classy player. Look, SP, before I bring in Rasta, I need to ask you now. Not just about players, but I'm also thinking, where do we stand? And you said something that was quite painful for me to hear. You said Morgan Rogers coming to Spurs is a sideward step. And I'm not going to lie, I found it very, very difficult. Even saying it now, it makes me want to puke. Do you know what I mean? Because I consider our club to be a top 6 side.
Yeah, I'm a realist, you know.
But maybe what you're telling me is I shouldn't be seeing us as a top 6. I should be seeing us more as mid-table fodder. I can't even believe I'm even uttering such language from my mouth. Is that what you're saying to me? And if that's what you're saying, what's your expectations now?
Well, Villa, where are they in the Champions League this season? They are, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Or Europa.
Yeah, I think they're Europa. Something.
I can't remember.
Something beneath us. Something beneath us. Yeah.
But he's done a cracking job there, Emery. So is it a? I don't. At the moment, I'd say it is a sideward step, absolutely. But I just think we're wasting our time going for a play like that. I don't know. Do you think the number 10 position is actually the position we need right now?
I do. We do. Like,
I think Maddison and Cooley being out made that.
Yeah, but you know, Maddison is out for the season pretty much. Cooley out until the new year.
Yeah.
And so we're relying on Bergvall or Papsar.
Well, and Kudus can play there, of course.
But if we play Kudus there, that means Brennan's on the right, and we might as well just go.
I know.
We might as well hit our head against the wall.
Get dribbling in then.
You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Yeah. But yeah, Kudus can easily play there, you know. So
Kudus can. But the problem is, who can do what Kudus does on the right? So yes,
I know
we're going to lose that on the wing.
Yeah,
and then that means that might affect Richarlison, because you know I've always believed that Richarlison and Solanke are good strikers. They just weren't fed under Ange. Yeah. Kudus has told us that he's prepared to feed these guys raw meat week in, week out. But that's why we need it on the left, because if Kudus is having an off game, maybe Savinho's having a good game and he's whipping it in. Like it can't just be one side of the pitch.
Yeah.
If you put Kudus in the 10, we lose, because Brennan ain't whipping in no balls.
No, that's what I mean. It's frustrating because other people say, "Oh, why don't you like Brennan Johnson?" Like literally, the bloke goes missing for 88 minutes in the game, but he scores a goal, and then people say, "Well, he scored." Well, yeah, he did, but he didn't do any work. He didn't get a crossing all game. he has got a good knack of coming in at the back post and getting a tap in. But other than that, he does absolutely nothing. It's not far to get an upgrade.
I can do what Brennan Johnson does. I'm not being funny.
Yeah,
if you want to tap in at the far post, I can do that.
There you go. Sign Deji up.
But Esty, what are you saying then? Because I like to hear where all Spurs fans is judging the team, because it helps me to think about. I was talking 5th this season as a respectable season. I need to hear what you're saying though.
I do my predictions on my own channel, by the way. I've gone for 5th for Spurs. I actually went for 5th. Still? I believe we'll be in that mix of between 5th and 7th. Like I say, we've got a manager now, and the most crucial signing we've made, which a lot of people aren't even talking about, we've got our first number 6, and it's Moussa Dembele.
Yeah, for real.
That strengthens us no end. We've got someone sitting in front of our defence that is helping the defence, that can pass a ball, that can get stuck in, that is not afraid to fly into tackles.
Yeah.
We've not had that for a long time. That player is probably the best. Over Kudus, that's probably a bigger signing.
Yeah.
That's how important that rock, because we've not had that. And our team's just been walking through us because of that. I don't believe that's going to be the case this season. Automatically, we're stronger with that signing. So, I'm more positive than last season. It was hard not to be, because Ange was never a manager. He was a joke.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
With injuries again, haven't we? But
I might as well throw this at you then, SD, because you started to lift my spirit, mate. Do we win tomorrow?
I doubt it. Not away at City, but you can't judge that on. If we lose that, as long as it's not a bad display, as long as we go out there and put. It sounds bad to say I don't really think we're going to get anything, but this is City away. They're challenging.
I think it's 3-0 City, to be honest. I don't think we're.
I went for 2-1 City in the predictions. Yeah. They looked good. They looked good last week. Yeah. And the players they've signed just takes them onto another level. And we're not at that level. So if we go there and put a good display in, if it's a narrow defeat, just chalk it off, move on to the next game. Hopefully we can nick a draw. We're more than capable. I don't see it. I went for a 2-1 to City myself, but hopefully that's not the case.
Well, let's see. Let's hope that Spurs.
We are their bogey side,
we're their bogey team. Yeah. Thomas Frank has been pulling out miracles, mate. If someone had told me earlier in the season Thomas Frank would get a draw against
2 seconds, Edge, someone's at the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably wrap anyway, SD, but thank you.
Okay, cheers, mate. Cheers. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go in because I've got a couple more, and then I might have to wrap it, because I have to wrap this in the next 35 minutes. But let me bring my brother, my brother Rasta Mike, who is gonna probably come with this philosophical. Deji ain't so bad. Why are you having kittens? Rasta Mikey, talk to me.
What's happening, Deji?
Well, I'm pissed, bro. I can't even lie to you.
Brother, be pissed. Today, I'm not gonna be nice today. This ain't the day for me to be nice to anyone related to Tottenham, man. Brother,
Tony, you're coming next, Tony. Go on, sorry.
Your team fumbled the bag, bro. What the hell? What were you thinking? Bro, do you realize that the future of your of the success of your squad was hanging on like what was it, like 11 million or 10 million or whatever that Levy didn't want to budge, brother. Eze, man, honestly speaking, yeah, Eze is one of my favorite players in the, I think in the last 10 years of the Prem. Yeah, he's one player I've watched, bro. How could you let this happen? Oh my days! You fumbled the bag, bro. This ain't this. I mean, you can't dress it. And you know what? I'm gonna say something to you, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
The only way you recover from this, and I was expecting to see your what's his name? Your chairman, what's his name? Daniel Levy, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, he need
Yes,
man, he needs to respond to this.
He's a fool, man. He's
How
a
can,
fool.
bro?
So,
And you know the thing is that, yeah, the response that he needed to make was either bring that Savio deal through, see it through, whatever extra that they need, yeah, go for it, mate. Like he needs to serve the, bro. He's making you guys look like fools, man. Every single person related to Tottenham right now is getting bantered left, right, and center, man. It's ridiculous, man. Honestly, it is ridiculous. I always used to complain about Arsenal and its owners, yeah, until I saw what happened to you guys this week, yeah. That's on a different level, man. That's
yeah,
what is it?
no, I agree, man. I agree.
He's
I've been taking the
and to be honest with you, I don't blame you guys. Yeah, it's not your fault. Yeah, you just support the club and you want them to do well. But the owner ain't doing you guys any favors at all, man. Like, how?
Rasta,
And why is it that he's the guy who's actually is he the one who does the negotiations?
the problem is Levy has made it about him, not the club. So he knew that he built this reputation over the years that he's the tough negotiator, and so he comes with that energy. Do you get me? I know brothers that were part of the construction of the Spurs stadium, and he was moving like that with the contractors. Can you imagine the people who are going to build your stadium? You're acting all bougie with them. He's acting like I'm the big potato, Charlie Big Potato. That's what we call it here in the UK, Charlie Big Potato. And bro, like legitly, like the fact that he fumbled this, bro, he looks like a donut. Like for me, you know me, I hardly cuss Levy, but this week I had to cuss him. The only way he can rectify this is I need to see Rodrigo and Morgan Rogers, that kind of level. I don't want to see Diblin as much as SD thinks he's the one. I think he's too young. I don't want to see any youngers. I don't want to see Harvey Elliott. I don't want to see anybody that isn't on an Eze level or higher, because I need Tottenham to be taken seriously. Do you get me? The only thing I would say to you, Rasta Mike, is although we fumbled the bag, I don't know why, and I hope you don't get caught up in the same hype yourself, bro. Arteta is a madman.
Hey.
Like, I'm saying to Arsenal fans, bro. Like, if you were really about Eze, and if Eze was really gonna come and do something in the squad, why are you waiting until now to bring him?
No, hey, brother, don't get fooled by anybody. I know a lot of Arsenal fans want to dress it up as like we're always gonna get him or whatever. Nah, Havertz got injured and they panicked. You know, that's all it is, man. They reacted. You know, they weren't gonna do it. I know Arsenal, man. Arsenal want to do their business early in the preseason to get everybody in the preseason. They don't. We were never gonna buy anyone else after this. I would be surprised if we bring in anybody else in here in the team.
Does this signing, is this the final piece to the jigsaw for you guys?
I think I'm gonna say it in two separate things. Like, it is the final piece in our team, as in like the whole team, right? It is a final piece, but there's also the other side of that. This guy is gonna get managed by Mikel Arteta, brother. You know, I've seen a lot of players that are managed by Mikel Arteta. He takes away all that creativity and all that freedom of expression and all this. And this is what I want to see. Is he going to manage this guy properly? Give him the freedom to do, because I think Eze operates well in a system where he's allowed to do what he wants to do. You know, he's not that type of player that you're going to ask to say, "Oh, I want you to hug the touchline and just stay on the wing like what Martinelli does." And to be honest with you, this will be the rope that Arteta is hung on, man. Because if we don't win anything this year, brother, he has no excuses. I mean,
bro, What do you mean by win something? Because for me, if you
win the Prem or the Champions League.
Yeah, because for me,
the others are not non-negotiables, bro. We're not talking about FA Cups or whatever. I don't want to hear that, man.
Because
I want to see the big years or the
Thank
Prem.
you.
That's
because
it.
The last time we spoke, you talked about the left side, the 10, and the striker, which you've now done.
Yes.
So that means you must win the league.
He has to.
And if you don't win the league,
it's a billion into the project, brother. He has to. Like,
bro, is it fair to say though, if you don't win the league, it's as embarrassing as Tottenham losing Eze this week? Think about it. Think about it, bro. Think about what I'm saying. I know you think that I'm bantering you. I'm not actually. Think about what I just said. If Arsenal does not win the league, is it as embarrassing as Tottenham losing Eze this week? Like legit now.
Do you know the thing is that what happened between Eze and Arsenal and Tottenham, right? Over Eze, right? I think you guys will never leave that down because that's between Arsenal and Tottenham. It's always gonna be, like that beef between Tottenham. What this does is that it just increases the beef basically. So we Arsenal fans will always. I've heard on Twitter that like they've got songs about Eze and they're saying that he saw Tottenham and they said fuck Tottenham, blah blah blah. Sorry for swearing, yeah, but that's how the song goes. So these people are gonna be singing this in the stadium when we play you guys. So that beef is always going to be there. It's like the Saul Campbell thing. Even until now, like you see Saul Campbell, I see every Tottenham fan their face.
I don't think a Tottenham fan sees Saul Campbell in England or in London and even looks at him. Bro, if I was asked to do a show and Saul Campbell was there, I wouldn't even acknowledge him, bro. Like straight up.
The thing is that it's so funny how you all guys are so exactly the same. Everybody thinks exactly the same. But hear me out, yeah. Arsenal not winning the league this year, we've already been bantered about that. Like this is like a football thing now, where all fans in the Premier League, yeah, or anyone who supports any team in the Premier, you'll find people supporting Sunderland bantering Arsenal for not winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, like it's not just going to be you guys, bantering us, yeah. But another thing that I also have to say, yeah, is that I think the reason why I'm not celebrating the signing as if like, oh yeah, we've won something or whatever, right? Is that whenever you sign somebody into a team, it's like your career is coming into Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard you talking to the previous caller talking about all the signings that this one will be good, this one won't be good, blah blah blah. You can never know until the guy steps into the building and actually does it, because we could be saying all this stuff and for all we know, Eze might flop at Arsenal. Who knows?
Eze might flop. The Swedish Ollie Watkins might flop.
And do you know why the Eze one is a big red flag in terms of that, of what I'm saying? I've seen the Premier League for a long time. I saw Zaha playing for Crystal Palace and he was killing it at Crystal Palace, right? He was like the top. Arsenal actually wanted to buy him and he went to Man United because they bid the most, yeah. And he went there, he flopped. Because he's coming from a smaller club, going to a bigger club where the pressure is a lot more. You have to perform every single game. Eze has some bad games at Crystal Palace. I've seen him last year, man. And nobody cares because he's playing for Crystal Palace because nobody really cares what's happening with Crystal Palace.
He got 8 goals the whole season last year.
And that's my point. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, that I think people are just getting carried away with this. Oh, hey, we stole from Arsenal, from Tottenham, blah, blah, blah. And all. For all we know, maybe Daniel Levy sat down and he thought, you know what? I'm really not going to pay extra for somebody who scored 8 goals. Like, like, why should I? You might have thought like that, and that's on a footballing side of things, because I think it's easy to banter you guys because you also bite to the bantering as well. Like you take the bait easily, I think if you want to be level-headed about this, whatever signing you make from now, if they do their homework, there's so many good players out there, man, like that can come in and do a job and perform well for you guys. It's just all about how they are applied into your system. That's all.
I hope Tottenham is able to do that, bro. I just hope they are.
Or you could not do that, or you could not even sign anyone. You got a good team this year. Your team is not that bad, honestly, man. I hear you guys bantering this Johnson guy. bro, that kid is scoring every single time I see him playing for your team, man. Like he keeps scoring.
Bro, my mum can score them goals, bro.
No, don't say that, man. You guys were bantering. You guys were going at it with this guy Timo Werner. Yeah, he's getting the chances. He can't score. Go. And you all were like screaming, "Oh yeah, this guy here came out of here and all that stuff." You got a guy who keeps scoring, man. You better. It doesn't matter how he scores them. You know.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't
I hear
matter.
that. I hear that, bro.
You know, if you're picking up points, what do you care? You know.
I hear that, bro. Big up, Samuel. No, I hear that. I hear that, bro. I hear what you're saying, but the squad definitely ain't good enough, bro. We need a left winger and we need a 10. Guaranteed. Get those two. Look, bro, we were talking Eze, Savinho, Tottenham top 4. Now without them, we're talking, if we're lucky, top 10. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we need the quality, bro. And for me, you know, that's why I said I would take a Morgan Rogers. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on him, 100 mil. Yeah, they're looking at all these other brothers who are
on. Dibbling is a good player, man. Like I like those type of players, man. Honestly, you can take on a man. He's quite good, like, you know.
I'd rather take the Fernandez kid from Southampton.
No, what are you saying, man? Dibbling is a prospect, man. What are you talking about? And the thing is that the good thing about Dibbling is that whatever, if you pay 40 million, right, he's somebody that you can spin in the future, you know, for a lot more money than you know. You can also look at it from a business point of view as well. You know? He's English, right?
Yeah, he is.
You know, so that adds more to the text, like the English text, you know, like I don't know, some other big club will come from him in the future or whatever. You know, I think that whatever they do, they need to sign somebody. It doesn't matter who he is, but they just need to get somebody in, you know. And right now, Levy should sign not because Tottenham need a player. He needs to save. He needs to save the image of the club. Look what's happening to Newcastle right now, right? You see what happened with Newcastle. At some point, you need somebody who has a little bit of ego, you know, because the way Newcastle is moving right now, it's like, you know, you know, they're like, what you think who do you think you are? You know, like they're moving like that. Like, you know what? You can't embarrass us in front of everybody. Like, you know, even the fans, you know, because they've been taking a hit the whole transfer window, right? Like everybody's been bantering Newcastle saying that they can't sign anyone, they're getting declined by everybody. Don't you think those people see that? They see everything that you guys do online, and they're thinking like, shit, our fans are going through it right now. Your owner needs to step up right now. You know, he needs to see what you guys are saying, listen to what you guys are saying, say, look, you know what, I can't let them go through this. You know, let me get somebody. Let me just get somebody in. So you guys you can say, like, next week you could be turning up here saying, like, you know what, we got this player in now. The other thing just becomes, you know, it's just part of business. You know, you just move on from that. But I have a feeling Daniel Levy is like this tight person that probably wouldn't care that much, you know, as long as he makes his money, you know.
No, I don't think he's embarrassed by this whole thing, bro.
That's the problem. You know, he is not embarrassed yet. That's his.
But also, like, you know, Thomas Frank, I want a manager. That's where I rate the Contes of this world and the Mourinhos, because they would speak out in the conference and say it's not, you know, this club ain't really moving in the direction. They need to break that mentality. I just talked about the mentality. The truth of the matter, bro, is we've got a poor mentality. We've won a European trophy. It's not even like we didn't win something last year. If we hadn't won something last year and we're moving like this, you can say we're in a cycle. Like, break away from this crap.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. And I thought we were doing that when we signed Kudus. But, bro, this week has just shown me, like, bro, I was talking about supporting another club, bro. Like, legit. I've never ever thought. I
wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, move. You know, because what is the point of it? What is the point of supporting Tottenham when these guys are just making money and they're not bothered like the way I'm bothered?
Yeah. That's the bottom line of it all, man. Like, you guys are putting your hard-earned money into this. You know, you go to games, you buy match. You know, you do all these things. You know, to see your team win. Fair play, they won last year, but you want to move to the next step, right? Like, you know, you want to challenge. You know, like, you want to challenge the big team. And who's to say, like, if you guys had gotten, honestly, if Eze had gone to Tottenham, I would have put you guys as the outsiders, you know, for a title challenge, you know. And I would have put you guys close to the title challenge, you know.
And I guess, Rasta Mikey, just before we wrap up, bro, I guess that is what I'm struggling with. Forget Eze. You said there's plenty other players. Like, who? Because when you really deep it, you know that Eze, if he was at Tottenham, he's going to cook. That one was guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. With the team that you have right
guaranteed.
now.
No if, buts, or maybes. You saw what he did to Chelsea last weekend.
And he knew it himself as well. Eze knew it as well that he would cook. That's why he had agreed to come to your team. You know, he wanted to come to your team as well. I mean, obviously Arsenal was first on his list, but he would have considered a move to your club. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had all the stories in the media. You know, but I think if he does his due diligence, yeah, because you don't necessarily need to have a number 10, really. You need, because these days I don't think footballers are tied down to positions, you know. Like, for example, if you were to get a Savio, right, then you give your managers options to play with, you know, as in like sometimes you can stick Kudus in the middle, you know, use those other guys, the white guys, you know, swap them around. You know, you can see how PSG plays, yeah. You see how PSG plays where there's no fixed, you know, like it's very fluid, you know.
But they got the players, bro. We don't have the players.
I get it, you know, but my point is that I don't think, especially attackers these days, I don't think they're tied down to positions. You know, you shouldn't. And if you have that, yeah, then you're in trouble, because if somebody gets injured, you know, so you can get a hybrid player like, you know, I don't know, Savio. No, you can't play as a number 10, but somebody like
I don't want to see Kudus in the 10, to be honest.
Morgan Rogers, man. Morgan Rogers, I think is that he.
If we got Morgan Rogers,
Villa need to sell as well, you know.
Yeah.
By the way,
if we got Morgan Rogers, I would forget about Eze in a heartbeat.
I think he's a. I think in the Premier League, yeah, I think he's a more functional player than Eze.
Yeah,
Eze is more of a flair player. He doesn't really offer you legs a lot. Whereas Morgan Rogers actually has legs, you know, so you know he's gonna drive through the middle.
And Thomas Frank said that's why he never really wanted Eze. He wanted Morgan Gibbs over Eze for that same reason.
Morgan Gibbs would have been perfect, bro. He would have been perfect, you know, because he's a hard worker in the middle. I think Eze, that's the only downside to Eze. If I'm going to be critical of him, he's not a physical player. He's not a physical player. He's only good when he's on the ball, but he's not somebody that you can rely on in pressing and trying to get the ball off the other team. He's not really that player.
Exactly.
You know? You're gonna need him when you're attacking, but when you're defending, it really doesn't do much for the team.
Can you hear that, ladies and gents? This is someone that has ball knowledge, Rasta Mikey. That's why I couldn't quite understand why Arsenal fans were shaking their bum, because actually in Tottenham's system, we build around that 10, and that's why Eze would thrive, because he wouldn't be required to work hard. Whereas at Arsenal, he's required to work hard, and I really don't know how that's going to work.
Can't you guys get a loan, you know, just until your players?
Oh, we're looking at Rodrigo, bro, on loan. We've offered to pay his full salary. Oh. But remember, Rodrigo's on the left. We're still missing a 10. For me, I need a Morgan Rogers type and Rodrigo and Kudus. But if we get Rodrigo and no 10, it's done. It's done.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, you still got like a week or so to go. So hopefully,
let's see, bro. Let's see. Yeah. But you know what, Rasta? Well done to you, man. You know, done your thing. Before we wrap up, bro, quickly, because this is the last one. Big up to everyone that's locked on. Make sure you smash a like.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely believe Eze gets it over the line for you? Forget Arteta. Do you think Eze gets it over the line?
I think he can be the difference, because he's a big game player, by the way, right?
Yeah.
He's a big game player, which is what I like about him. But I think as long as we have Arteta, mate, like I don't see us winning anything. I mean, I know a lot of people say that I'm being negative, but bro, I've seen this for like 3 or 4 years now, you know, and it just depends if he's going to change the style of play, you know, because you see how we played against United. Then trust me, I've seen this over the preseason, man. We're playing the same way like we did at the end of, you know, where we're just playing for set pieces and all that stuff. So I hope he does. You know, let me just start with that, because I know a lot of people are gonna start getting on to me saying that I'm a Spurs supporter or something like that, you know. But I hope he gets over the line. If he does, whether he does do it, my hunch just keeps telling me that we're in for another painful season. Same old, same old. And to be honest with you, to counter that and to be fair to him, look at the teams that we're fighting against this year, bro. City are on Pep Guardiola,
Bro,
and
I told LB I've been calling. That's why, bro. When I did my prediction, I put City second. I watched them in the Club World Cup. I saw Reinders from then, and I said, nah, City's different this year. I don't
they're
think it's
looking
enough for them
different,
to
bro.
win.
Liverpool, look at them.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
still.
think it's enough for City to win, but City ain't the crusty City of last season, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And
that's why I got you guys as fourth.
And that's the other reason why. Because even if we look at Eze, I think if you're looking at number 10s in those title challenging teams, he's probably at the bottom of the pecking order, right? If you're gonna compare with vets,
And he doesn't start anyway. Eze doesn't start. He's not better than Odegaard technically.
No, he's better than Odegaard. But the question is that does Arteta think he's better than Odegaard?
Exactly.
That's the problem, But anyway, I think probably second. I'll put a second, and I'll put Tottenham sixth. Just make it into the Europa places. Yeah. Remember, you finished 17th last year, so it'll be a big jump for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's massive. Now, Rasta Mikey, as always, man, it's a pleasure to chop it up with you.
Yes, bro.
Thank you, my brother. Big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. You heard it. Step to the mic. We're going to try and make it consistent. Rasta, make sure you come through every Friday. I'm going to do my best to come through Friday. Bro, and big up to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend. And until then, we are out. Thank you.